You keep telling yourself, I just need to push harder. Work more hours, sleep less, force yourself through the resistance. But what if I told you that pushing harder is the very thing slowing you down? What if the reason you feel stuck isn't a lack of effort, but the wrong kind of effort? Most people won't admit this, but motivation doesn't die because you're lazy. It dies because you're exhausted from fighting the wrong battles. And if that sounds familiar, keep watching, because once you understand why pushing harder fails, and what actually works, your whole approach to self-motivation changes. You've probably had days where you wake up determined, you make a plan, you promise yourself this time will be different, but a few hours in, you're drained, distracted, procrastinating, so you double down, you push harder, you feel even worse. This matters because countless people live in this loop for years. They blame themselves. They think they're broken. They think other people have some secret discipline. They don't. But the truth is simpler. Your brain isn't built to run on force. It's built to run on clarity, energy, and direction. And when you ignore those three, no amount of work harder will save you. So let's break this down. Here are the real reasons effort alone doesn't work, and what actually does. First, you push hard because you're confused, not because you're committed. Think about it. When you don't know what truly matters, you do everything. You chase every task. You say yes to everything. You multitask until your mind feels like a cluttered room. You're not unmotivated. You're overwhelmed. Imagine trying to run straight while standing in fog. You waste energy just trying to see clarity beats effort. Every time. When you know exactly what matters for the days, just one or two things, you suddenly feel lighter. Your brain relaxes because the target is visible. You don't push yourself harder. You move naturally. So the question isn't, how do I work more? It's what actually matters today. Because when you know that, motivation becomes simple. Second, pushing harder backfires. When your energy is already low, here's a fact you already know deep down. You can't pour from an empty cup. But many people try. They grind through burnout. They treat fatigue like a moral failure. They think rest is weakness. But look at athletes. They train intensely, then they rest intensely, because they understand this one. No, truth. Growth happens in recovery. When you ignore rest, your body stops cooperating. Your mind gets dull. Your emotions get unstable. You make bad decisions, and then you blame yourself for not trying hard enough. Working harder is not the solution when your gas tank is empty. Refilling the tank is sometimes the strongest thing you can do. Isn't pushing. It's pausing, recharging, letting your brain breathe so effort actually counts again. Third, you try to force motivation instead of building it. Motivation isn't something you wait for. And it's definitely not something you can bully yourself into. It's built by momentum, teeny wins that tell your brain, we're making progress. Think of it like lighting a fire. You don't start with a huge log. You start with a spark, then a small flame, then you feed it. But many people start their day trying to lift a giant weight. They expect themselves to go from 0 to perfect. From couch to 10-mile run, from scattered to hyper-dash productive. And when they fail, they think something's wrong with them. Nothing's wrong. You just skip the spark. If you want real, lasting motivation, start tiny. One small task, one small win, one small promise kept to yourself. That's how momentum grows. And momentum is stronger than motivation. Fourth, pushing harder doesn't work because you're fighting your mind, not working with it. When you say things like, I must, I have to, or I should, your brain resists. It feels pressured, threatened, controlled. And the moment something feels forced, your mind tries to escape.